On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Glamorous.
Highly attractive and exciting, and different from ordinary things or people.
Examples:
Glamorous movie stars. Cast glamorous eyes. The South Coast is less glamorous yet has many clean and appealing hotels.
Tuxedo.
Also tux, a formal suit of clothing for men, typically consisting of a black jacket with satin lapels and trousers with a stripe down the side, worn with a bow tie.
Examples:
Black tuxedo. Tuxedo jacket. The waiter wore a freshly pressed tuxedo to serve at the upscale restaurant.
Newsstand.
A small retail establishment where newspapers, magazines, and other periodicals are sold, often along with snacks, cigarettes, and other items.
Examples:
Newsstand vendor. Crowded newsstand. The city's central square has a newsstand kiosk that sells international newspapers and magazines.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Unification.
The act of bringing together or joining into one.
Examples:
Unification process. The unification of the wisdom. The unification of the country was a long and difficult process.
Gypsy.
The word gypsy is considered pejorative by many within the Romani community. The Romani people, an ethnic group originating from the Indian subcontinent, who migrated to Europe around the 14th century, known for their nomadic or semi-nomadic lifestyle, and they have a rich cultural heritage including music, dance, and traditional crafts.
Examples:
Gypsy lifestyle. Gypsy culture. The gypsy caravan traveled from town to town, never staying in one place for too long.
Deception.
The act of misleading or tricking someone, often by creating a false impression or concealing the truth, a fraudulent or dishonest action.
Examples:
Deception tactics. Deception in advertising. The politician was accused of deception for making false promises during his campaign.
Delude.
To deceive or mislead someone, to give a false impression of something.
Examples:
Delude with false promises. Delude the public. It is easy to delude yourself into thinking everything is fine when it's not.
Magnify.
To make something look bigger than it really is, especially by looking at it through a lens. To make something bigger, stronger, or louder.
Examples:
Magnify the danger. Magnify the image for display. Terrorists often attempt to magnify the economic impact of their acts of destruction.
Glorify.
To praise or honor something or someone, often in an exaggerated or overly positive way. To elevate or exalt something or someone to a higher status or position.
Examples:
Glorify God. Glorify violence. Religious leaders often glorify their messengers to encourage people to follow their teachings.
Retouch.
To touch up or make small changes to a photograph, painting, or other images using digital or manual tools.
Examples:
Retouch photo. Retouch painting. She had her portrait retouched to remove blemishes.
Complexion.
The natural color, texture, and appearance of a person's skin, especially their face.
Examples:
Complexion cream. Dull complexion. Her skincare routine paid off, as her complexion was glowing and healthy looking.
Stylize.
To show, do, or represent something according to a particular style, especially a conventional one.
Examples:
Stylize the behavior. Stylize the design. She wore a colorful stylized scarf.
Falsify.
To alter or manipulate information, data, or evidence to deceive or mislead, to prove to be false or incorrect.
Examples:
Falsify data. Falsify documents. The scientist was caught attempting to falsify the results of the study.
Illuminate.
To light something or to make something lighter or brighter, to make something free from confusion or ambiguity.
Examples:
Illuminate a dark hall. Illuminate my understanding. That biologist illuminated the mechanism of heredity.
Idealize.
To consider or represent something or somebody as perfect or better than in reality.
Examples:
Idealize the real. Idealize his achievement. The film idealizes the victory of the war.
Dramatize.
To present or portray something in a way that emphasizes its dramatic or emotional aspects. To make something into a drama or play.
Examples:
Dramatize the dialogue. Dramatize the event. The media tends to dramatize news stories to attract more viewers.
Transfigure.
To change the appearance or form of something completely, to make it appear more beautiful or magnificent.
Examples:
Transfigure the appearance. Transfigure a landscape. The magical spell was able to transfigure the prince into a frog.
Foreground.
The part of a view, picture, etc., that is nearest to the viewer.
Examples:
Foreground segmentation. Foreground galaxy. A happy group of friends occupies the foreground of the picture.
Blurb.
A short description or promotional piece of writing that provides a summary or highlights of a book, film, or other product, often included on the cover or promotional materials.
Examples:
A blurb on a book. Website blurb. The book jacket included a captivating blurb that instantly grabbing the reader's attention.
Transcend.
To rise above or go beyond the limits of something.
Examples:
Transcend boundaries. Transcend limits. The music transcended cultural barriers and reached audiences globally.
Transcendent.
Going beyond the limits of ordinary experience or knowledge, surpassing the usual or expected, exalted or sublime.
Examples:
Transcendent wisdom. Transcendent joy. The transcendent beauty of the Grand Canyon took his breath away.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Tranquil.
Peaceful, calm, and free from disturbance or agitation, without stress or anxiety, serene or restful.
Examples:
Tranquil retreat. Tranquil setting. Looking out over the tranquil lake, I felt at peace.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Omnipotent.
Having unlimited power or authority, able to do anything or control everything.
Examples:
Omnipotent ruler. Feeling omnipotent. The company's CEO was seen as omnipotent, making all major decisions without consulting anyone.
Omniscient.
Having complete or unlimited knowledge, awareness, or understanding.
Examples:
Omniscient being. Omniscient point of view. An omniscient narrator knows everything about the story and the characters.
Portray.
To depict or describe someone or something in a painting, film, book, or other artistic work.
Examples:
Portray feelings in words. Accurately portray the condition. We often portray political problems as religious issues.
Streamline.
To simplify or make more efficient by eliminating unnecessary parts or steps.
Examples:
Streamline administrative activities. Streamline workflow. The government plans to streamline the tax collection process to make it more efficient.
Staircase.
A set of stairs inside a building, usually with posts and bars that are fixed at the side.
Examples:
Spiral staircase. Beetle up the staircase. She walked urgently down the emergency staircase.
Skyline.
The outline of buildings and other structures against the sky, especially when viewed from a distance.
Examples:
Skyline view. Downtown skyline. The skyline of the city was dotted with tall buildings.
Renaissance.
A new growth in activity or enthusiasm in anything, particularly art, literature, or music.
Examples:
Artistic Renaissance. Industrial Renaissance. Folk music is now experiencing a renaissance.
Courtier.
A person who is a member of a royal court, particularly one who has a close and influential role in the court's affairs. A person who seeks favor or recognition from those in positions of authority or power.
Examples:
The Queen's courtiers. Flattering courtier. The courtier's job was to advise the king on politics and diplomacy.
Conceal.
To prevent something from being seen, found, observed, or discovered.
Examples:
Conceal my identity. Conceal a close relationship. Despite the intense verbal abuse, she concealed her anger well.
Effortless.
Requiring little or no effort, not difficult or strenuous, easy to accomplish.
Examples:
Effortless victory. Effortless beauty. The dancer made her performance look effortless and graceful.
Maneuver.
A motion or combination of moves that requires skill and care, a clever strategy, activity, or movement intended to give someone an advantage.
Examples:
Political maneuvers. Made a great maneuver. In this class, we learn the basic maneuver of a plane.
Stunt.
A feat or action that is often dangerous or difficult, designed to attract attention or admiration, something that blocks or impedes growth or development. Verb, to hinder or impede growth or development, especially in a physical or mental sense.
Examples:
Skydiving stunt. Stunt brain growth. The daredevil attempted a dangerous stunt by jumping off a tall building with a parachute.
Evoke.
To bring or recall a feeling, memory, or image into your mind.
Examples:
Evoke a sense of awe. Evoke sympathy. This movie is likely to evoke strong emotions in the viewer.
Grub.
The larval stage of an insect, particularly beetles, butterflies, or flies, food, especially in the form of unappetizing or unappealing cooked dishes. Verb, to dig or search diligently and laboriously.
Examples:
Cook up some grubs. Grub for potatoes. The garden was infested with beetle grubs, causing damage to the plant roots.
Translucence.
The quality of being translucent, the ability of a material to allow light to pass through, but not clearly enough to distinguish objects on the other side.
Examples:
Natural translucence. Translucence of water. The artist used the translucence of the glass to create a beautiful stained glass window.
Translucent.
Allowing light to pass through, but scattering it so that objects behind cannot be seen clearly, partially transparent.
Examples:
Translucent glass. Translucent skin. The sunlight shone through the translucent curtains, casting a warm glow in the room.
Opaque.
Not transparent, not allowing light to pass through, not permitting a clear view.
Examples:
Opaque material. Opaque color. The curtains were made of opaque fabric that blocked out all light.
Uphold.
To support or defend something, such as a law, idea, decision, etc.
Examples:
Uphold the law. Uphold tradition. The judge may uphold the decision of the lower court.
Incommensurable.
Not able to be measured or compared because of a lack of common standard or unit of measurement, unable to be reasonably evaluated or judged against one another.
Examples:
Incommensurable scales. Incommensurable differences. The philosophical debate centered around the concept of incommensurable values.
Displace.
To force someone or something to leave their home or place of origin, especially as a result of conflict, natural disaster, or manipulation.
Examples:
Displace workers. Displace the explosive power. The construction of the new dam will displace hundreds of families living downstream.
Picket.
A pointed wooden or metal stake driven into the ground used as a support or for marking an area or boundary, a group of people, typically strikers or protesters, stationed or moving around in front of a workplace, government building, or other location, to demonstrate opposition or to pick up supporters.
Examples:
Picket sign. Cross the picket line. The farmer built a picket fence around his garden to keep the animals out.
Utopia.
An ideal and perfect society in which all social and political problems have been solved, and all members live in harmony and prosperity.
Examples:
Perfect utopia. A utopia for an engineer. The concept of utopia is often viewed as an impossible or unrealistic goal, as it goes beyond what is currently possible.
Totalitarian.
Of or relating to a system of government in which a single political party has complete control and power.
Examples:
Totalitarian ideology. Totalitarian state. The government was criticized for having a totalitarian regime.
Deceptive.
Tending to mislead or deceive either deliberately or inadvertently, causing one to believe what is not true or fail to believe what is true.
Examples:
Deceptive practices. Appearances are deceptive. The politician's statements were found to be deceptive and not based on fact.
Socialism.
A political and economic theory or system that advocates for the collective ownership and control of the means of production and distribution of goods, aiming for a more equitable and just society, a system that aims to reduce economic inequalities and prioritize the welfare of the community as a whole.
Examples:
Non-Marxist socialism. The rise of socialism. The professor held a seminar on the principles of democratic socialism and its impact on modern European countries.
Broaden.
To make or become wider or more extensive, to make or become more tolerant or liberal.
Examples:
Broaden students' knowledge. Broaden their horizon. The company broadened its product line to include more customer options.
Heighten.
To increase or enhance the intensity, degree, or extent of something, to make something more pronounced or noticeable, to intensify or amplify.
Examples:
Heighten anxiety. Heighten emotions. The use of bright colors in the painting heightened the overall sense of joy and vibrancy.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
A symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Fascination.
The state of being intensely interested in someone or something, or a powerful attraction.
Examples:
Wrapped in fascination. The fascination with classical music. I looked at the painting in fascination.
Unveil.
To reveal or make something publicly known, especially for the first time.
Examples:
Unveil a monument. Unveil a comprehensive plan. The company plans to unveil its new product at the trade show next week.
Steppe.
A vast, wide, and usually treeless plain, typically found in semi-arid or arid regions, characterized by fertile soil and grassy vegetation, often used for grazing livestock. An expansive and open grassland ecosystem found in Eurasia and North America.
Examples:
Steppe climate, barren steppe. The nomadic tribes set up camp on the vast steppe.